Hey everyone, continuing on in our chain auth series here. In our last video, we took a look at all of the different chains that are supported and some of the use cases that you might see behind having a wide range of supported blockchains. And in this video, we're going to take the next step of actually using one of those supported chains or a list of those chains and being able to start calling some of the API functionality so that you can read the state of the blockchain based on that authenticated user. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those down in the comments below, or as always, head over to Discord where you can chat with me and the rest of the community, as well as go ahead and get started with an application ID. So this is the exact same project where we left off. So here I have our auth script, and we're gonna go ahead and we're registering. Initially, we get the registration code and then we await login, at which point, if we've logged in successfully, we are printing out that success message here. Next, we can start querying the instance for the information that we want for the blockchain based on whatever blockchain. And the way that works is just by calling instance.getNativeBalance if you want the native balance, as we're looking at in this video. And here we need to pass in the chain. So that's going to be the same chain that we took a look at in the last video. So chain auth manager, chain, and then whatever chain you want. So this could be ETH, it could be Polygon, it could be Binance, doesn't matter. So that's what you're gonna need, and we're gonna have to await on that. So this is because, again, everything in the SDK is driven by an API function over the network, so it does take a couple of seconds sometimes to actually get that data back. But regardless, the point is you can await on that instance, and then you can read the state. That's returned to you as a string, as you can see here. And based on that string, if you want to parse it to whatever you want based on your information on that chain, you can go ahead and do so. So for our purposes here, I'm going to actually go ahead and print out this information across various different chains. As we mentioned in the chains video, one of the convenient parts is you can read the state across any of these chains simultaneously. So I'm going to print out the ETH balance. I have assets on the Mumbai testnet, so we're going to print that out as well. And I don't actually have anything on Binance, so we'll pass the Binance chain along and we'll get the native balance on each of these. I've gone ahead and saved, so let me go ahead and swap back into Unity and we'll click play and see what happens. All right, so you can see here our registration code was null, which is because we have already successfully registered on this specific account and application ID. So the token itself was cached. So because of that, it's a valid token. As a valid token, we can call all the functionality just straight off the gate. So we have that success. And then here you can see the balance for ETH, Polygon, and Binance. So in terms of the units, you can see here we have a ton of Wei on the Ethereum balance. So this is not what I have here within my wallet, which is 0.01 ETH. That is what's represented here in Wei. And so if we go to a quick conversion, so I have 0.01, you'll see that this is the number that is getting populated in our balance here, the amount of Wei. So you'll have to convert, which I believe is 10 to the 18th, to convert from Wei to Ethereum. And that will, if you want to use that balance, you can go ahead and use that. That same level of conversion needs to happen on any of the blockchains. It is just reporting the minimum balance. And if you need to convert that into a different unit like Ethereum, you'd have to go ahead and do so. If we actually go ahead and take a look at a different chain like Mumbai, so you can see here I have 1.054 something Matic. That is what's getting represented here. And in this case, you can actually roughly see where that decimal place would need to be on this chain. And this also gives you a rough representation of this is presented in that base unit. That base unit would then need to be converted into a Matic representation if you want to present that to the user. So that's how you can get started with the get native balance. It's a fairly simple concept to actually call and get that data back from the APIs and SDK. However, keep in mind about the conversion that is needed to get from the native balance all the way to whatever is a more representable constant unit to use when you represent it, whether it's an Ether or Matic, as just something to note when you're using the SDK.